Played so much. Yeah. I know. But so I went to the trial readiness conference today. The judge, needless to say, was not happy with everyone. She was most unhappy with plaintiff's counsel and his 27 motions in limine. She said, she starts out by saying, how long do you think this trial will be? And people are kicking around days. Everyone's complaining about how there's 50 witnesses. The exhibit list is 200, there's 200 exhibits and buff. And she looks at me and she says, "What do you have to say?" And I said, "Well, all I can say, Your Honor, is that we have a lot of motions in limine that the court's going to have to review." And she said, "How many is a lot?" And I said, "About 50." And she said, "50?" And she said, "And how many of those are defense counsel's motions in limine?" Because I think she thought that we would have more. And I said, "Well, let's put it this way, Your Honor. Plaintiffs have 27, and the defendants have 23." And then she turned her sights on plaintiff's counsel and drilled him for a good 10-15 minutes. So she has ordered us to meet and confer in person at Don Zell's office, who's counsel for SoCal Edison, this Friday. And she says she wants the majority of these motions in limine resolved and or stipulated to, or else she's not going to be happy. Well, we're going to have to sit down and figure which ones we're opposing and which ones we're not opposing. And I've already sort of figured that out on our end, but it sounds to me like she's not going to be happy if he comes back with 15, 20 motions in limine. She's not going to be happy with him. She's going to be pissed. So I think it's probably in his best interest to try to resolve all this Friday when we meet again. I didn't get a chance to bring that up because she has continued the trial readiness conference until next week. So we're gonna be back in front of her today, and we were kind of in the winning court today because she was yelling at him so much. So I left it alone. I felt that it would be better to raise next time. In the meantime, I did talk with him again today. I told him that we can settle this case without having to have anyone else on the release. And he told me he would get me a demand. And I looked at him and I said, "Rob, it needs to be a reasonable demand. Remember that." And he chuckled and told me he would get me something. Between you and I, my gut reaction is that we'll probably get something in the 300 range is what I'm expecting. So, and I don't know if you want to counter with that with anything else to show that we're going to put some money on the table or not, but we can have that discussion once I get the demand. So, other than that, the trials going forward as scheduled. Apparently, plaintiff's counsel is expecting his first trial at the beginning of March, and he told the judge today that he's a touch worried because his wife has been told that she can go anytime in February, and that he doesn't want to trial his wife is in labor. And so the judge, surprisingly enough, actually was included and told him that when that happens, then we'll discuss it again next week. But if he's that worried about it, then she may continue this trial again. I know. Which for us, they give us an opportunity to try to settle it. We're ready to try this thing. There's nothing else more to do. Get it off your plate and off of everyone's plate. But we do have another. I don't see her continuing it much further than March or April. But if she does, it may give us a little bit more time to see if we can settle this case or not. Somehow he was under this impression that he couldn't settle this case with us alone. That may be I don't know. So he said that someone told him that at mediation, and I said, "Who told you that?" And he couldn't remember. Yeah, I mean, I said to him, I said, my office represents one party and only one party. I said, I have one adjuster, I have checked with him, and neither one of us, he told me that I'm free and clear to settle this alone, just my client. They're not? Yeah. Right. Have you had any discussions with the other adjuster about what their any authority at all about? Okay. She said that she thinks that she just wants to try it again. Yeah. Right. Well, especially what's weird is that, especially because there's no indemnity being provided, do they have a policy with you guys as well?
Accept the terms and conditions. Follow the registration instructions.
Does Edison have a policy with you guys as well? Okay. So she's just there monitoring for defense costs. Yeah. Well, not only that, but I think there's also the idea that they had an opportunity to inspect and check our work and everything else, and never made any complaints to us whatsoever. So, but that's above my pay grade, so I'll leave that alone. All right. Well, I just wanted to at least report that back to you. As soon as I have a demand from him, I will let you know. Let me ask you this question: are you anticipating coming up to this trial or not? Okay. I stayed at the hotel that we're going to be staying at, which is an interesting hotel. So I would if you needed accommodations, I would have helped you out with it. But it's called the Mission Inn Resort. Yeah, it was an old mission in California. They don't have missions back east. I know that. No. It was an old mission that was turned into a hotel years ago. So yeah, I mean it's a beautiful place, but it's an interesting sort of hotel. So. All right. Well, if I have anything else or if you have any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to push forward. Okay. All right. You too.